going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now, today we've got day 5, technically the last day, but we do have a reserve day for tomorrow. I was actually unsure if we were going to have a reserve day because I read something like on day 3 that we only get 5 days, there is no extra reserve day. But it turns out they were talking shit because we do have a reserve day. And there is a big possibility that one team gets a win. Now, who's in the driver's seat right now? I want to say New Zealand is in the lead currently. I mean, clearly they're in the lead. They only, if they can make India collapse, which is a tough thing to do, but on the last day, if they can collapse, if they can take 8 wickets in one session and a half, and they only have to chase 189, let's say, they could chase that in a session. I mean, in one session, you can comfortably chase that if you try your hardest. So I think we are going to get a finish here. I think there's a big possibility that we can get an actual finish in this match. I'm currently not in my normal setup. If you hear echoing, if you hear rain, if you hear just a bunch of fucking animals behind me, like some bees, it's currently pissing down with rain. I'm not in my original setup. I'm in this tinfoil fucking garage, so if you hear some bullshit, please try your best to ignore it. But hey, let's jump into the scorecard. It was good to get a full day's... Wait, it was a full day's play, right? I know there was meant to be 91 overs bowled. Did we end up getting the 91? I didn't stay up till 4 a.m. to watch the whole day's play. I went to bed at I think lunch break or something like that, so... Look, it was like 12 a.m. and I'm like, fuck, I'm pretty tired. Pretty tired. My laptop was running out of charge. That's what I was watching it on. And I was like, look, I'd prefer not to leave it on overnight because the laptop gets so hot. So I didn't want to fall asleep with my laptop turned on. So I'm like, we'll go to sleep. But hey, of course, I watched the highlights and all of that. Where were we? Where were we, ladies and gentlemen? We were in New Zealand's first innings. Tom Latham and obviously Devon Conway had already been out. Williamson, well... He made 49 off 177. That's an effort and a half. Ross Taylor, 11. Let's all clap for Mohammad Shami. The Punjab Kings man, he bowled incredible. He was hitting his lining length all day long. He was bowling some of the best bowling I've ever seen from Mohammad Shami. The pitch was doing all sorts. The ball was doing all sorts. And he cashed in. Henry Nicholls gone. BJ Watling by Shami. De Granholm went out to Shami. Kyle Jamieson out to Shami. Southey made a nice handy little 30. Wagner, none. And Trent Bolt not out for 7. So, I mean, you look at the fall of the wickets. They built a nice little partnership. Ross Taylor, Henry Nicholls, BJ Watling. They lost some wickets. And then De Granholm, Jamieson, they just started tumbling in that tail end, which is never something you want. But they did take the lead. So that was always an important thing. Sharma, 3 for 48 off 25. Bumrah just didn't bowl. He didn't bowl too great. I mean, he was bowling okay, but, Bumrah's not going to be the guy who's going to swing the ball, like a lot. He's not going to swing the ball as much as a Sharma or a Shami, but he's going to bowl fast. He's going to hit you with the ball. Unfortunately, it's just not the sort of pitch that kind of went in Bumrah's favour. But he still, he was still pretty consistent with his line, so that's okay. Shami, incredible bowling, incredible stuff. Some of the best bowling I've ever seen from him. 4 for 76 off 26 overs. Ashwin, 2 for 28 off 15. And Ravindra Sir Jadeja, 1 for 20 off 7.2. So, hey, they bowled incredibly well, India, especially Mohammad Shami. They would have loved to get rid of a Tim Southey, a Jamieson, a bit earlier. I'm sure India wanted the lead going into batting again, but you can't have fucking everything in life, can you? So hey, Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, obviously the openers. Sharma, it was a really good delivery. He left it. It just swung right back in. Sharma wasn't expecting it. Great delivery from Tim Southey. Shubman Gill, unfortunately as well. LB, 2 really, really good deliveries from Tim Southey. Look, I think Sharma or Gill could have played a shot on both, but, it happens. It's cricket. You can't read the ball that well. And when it swings in late, there's just nothing you can do about it. You either play a shot or you let it hit you in the middle of your pad and you're out fucking middle stump. So, Chestwar Pujara, 12 off 55, not out. And Virat Kohli, 8 off 12, not out at the end of day's play. Bowling scorecards, of course, Tim Southey, 2 for 17 off 9. Bolt, none for 20 off 8. Cole Jamieson, none for 10. None for 15 off 10. And Neil Wigner, none for 8 off 3. So, hey, we have got plenty to look forward to in the last days of play. Hopefully, fingers motherfucking crossed. Everyone, if you're someone who prays, not me, but if you're someone who prays, is that the right word? Prays. If you're someone who prays, please give us a prayer for no rain on day 5. We need it. We need another full days of play. I have loved watching this test match. As I stated on day 2 when we actually got play, this is one of my favourite cricket pitches in the last year or two. Like, the Optus Stadium in Australia, in Perth, is a beautiful one. I love watching cricket there. This pitch is awesome. The one at Lords is always in great nick. I mean, there's some beautiful stadiums across the world. We'll leave that for another video, but I've enjoyed. We haven't gotten a whole lot of test cricket so far, but I've loved every single moment, every delivery on this pitch. It is doing all sorts. It is great for the pace bowlers. It's hard to make runs on, so it's a big challenge. You have to be the best player in the world to step up. Will King Kohli or Pujara step up and lead their team to victory? Who knows? Because the last day, this is going to be the biggest test of their careers. I don't give a shit what anyone says. If we get a full day's play, this is Kohli and Pujara's biggest moment in their careers. Forget IPL finals, forget World Cup finals. The World Test Championship is going to be the big thing that everyone will talk about from 100 years, the very first one. You want to step up in this game. If you're Kohli or Pujara, you want to go on to make a game-winning score, or you want to go on and just prove that you're meant for these conditions. It's hard batting conditions. The bowlers have plenty to look at. The spinners have plenty. So look, it's going to be a challenge on the day 6. But hey, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.